Hey everybody, welcome to the Actors Academy. Thank you for tuning in today. Today we're going to be talking about how to go and stand out at your auditions more. This is going to be part one of a multiple part process. It is better if you guys can watch all these videos in order so you get all the information that you can out of them and you're not missing anything and things aren't jumbled around. We're going to be talking about 2 points within this video. Point number 2 is one of my favorite points that actually anyone can almost implement really easily to turn their work around completely. So we're going to be talking about 2 points today. Without further ado, let's get into it. Point number 1. Here's something that you guys have to change within your work and your idea of acting. Because I get this question all the time. Actors are coming up to me saying, hey, so I want to act, but I want to know how to stand out at my auditions. I say, okay, well, what do you think you got to do? Well, they say, I don't know what I got to do. Should I come in and should I, wear this? Should I do this? Should I pretend I know this person? And I'm thinking, wait a second, calm down. The first thing that you have to work on is you have to work on yourself. Because if you want to stand out at your auditions, if you go into that audition room and you do good work, your acting's great, it's amazing, you will automatically stand out at your audition. Now, I know this point seems, okay, well, that's obvious, it's really simple. The only problem is a lot of actors are thinking of 10 other ways that they can stand out besides their acting. The acting should be one of the first ways that you plan to stand out. Shouldn't be the second, shouldn't be the third, it should be one of the first ways that you plan to stand out. Because the thing is, the acting is really important. If you do everything right and you're standing out in every other single way that you can, but you go into the room and your acting sucks, you're not going to get booked for the part. Now, does your acting always have to be amazing? No, it can be decent. We've talked about that before. Because we've seen actors before on TV shows and movies that the acting's not great. It's just decent acting. We need decent acting, but we can't have bad, terrible acting. If your acting is bad and terrible, but you did everything else right where you're standing out, you're not going to get booked for the part, and the casting director's not going to want to call you in for another audition because they're going to think, well, this person's a really bad actor. If I bring them in for this audition, they're probably just going to do bad work again. And you don't want to waste their time because they have hundreds of actors to see in a day. So you want to stand out at your auditions? Do good work. You have to focus on that first. Before you start focusing on, could I do this? Could I do this? Focus on your work. Focus on having good work, decent enough work. This is why I tell actors, hey, make sure you can act before you start auditioning, because otherwise you're going to get so many more rejections than you're actually going to want. Yes, this business does come with a lot of rejections, but if your acting is bad, it comes with even more rejections. So that's why you have to work on developing your craft first, acting better, and then we can start focusing on other things. So this is point number 1. Point number 2, if you guys implement this, it will completely turn around the way that your auditioning processes go, the interactions that you have in the room with the casting directors, and how you feel when you leave the room. Here's the thing, when a casting director is sitting down in that office and you go and audition for them, they saw a ton of actors before you, they're going to see a ton of actors after you. They probably have seen hundreds of actors auditioning for this one single part. And the thing is, when actors are coming into the room, they're always trying to go and impress these casting directors. They're always trying to go and say, I've done this, I've done this. I went into an audition before and I was sitting in the lobby. Someone went in right before me. They go in, they're walking in, they hand the casting director their resume, and then they say, by the way, on my resume there, I did this project 2 months ago or something like that, and I haven't updated the resume, but I was in this project and I just haven't put it down yet. And the actor, what he was trying to do, he's trying to say, look at me, I just booked recently, I just did a job, another casting director wanted me for a part, just so you know, I booked a part, I didn't put it on the resume, but I wanted to tell you I booked the part. And in the casting director's head, what they're thinking, they're going, why are you telling me this? What do you mean? And the exact response from the casting director was, okay, thank you. Because the casting director's there and they know that the actor is trying to go and impress them. They're trying to put them on a pedestal, not treat them like a regular human being. This is why if you can treat the casting director like your best friend, you're going to do so much better in this whole process of auditioning. If you don't treat them like your best friend, you're treating them someone like you're putting them on a pedestal, like you're someone who's wanting the job and you're desperate for the work. When you come in and you're trying to impress them, it's an automatic turn-off for them. If you come in and treat them like your best friend, though, then you start acting differently than everybody else who came before you and everybody else who's coming after you, because now you're treating them like a human being. The reason that I use the best friend example is because it's the easiest one for us to understand and comprehend, because we all probably have a best friend and we can relate to this example. So one of the things that a casting director might ask you when you go into the room, they may ask you, hey, do you have any questions about the part? Actors sometimes feel like, they need to ask, they need to say yes, they have a question, or they need to say, no, I don't have any questions at all. It doesn't matter what it is. If you had your best friend here, and you were talking to your best friend, and they said, hey, do you have any questions about this? Well, if you had a question, would you ask the question? Yes, you would. If you didn't have a question, would you say, oh no, I don't have a question? Yes, you would. You're just treating them like a normal human being. If you walk into that audition room and the casting director, kind of fumbling through some papers, well, if you're standing there and you're just quiet and you're just watching them looking through their papers as they're trying to get the scenes ready for your audition, for your scene, and they're going through their papers and you're just standing there, it's kind of awkward. It's kind of weird because someone's just standing there just looking at them. Think about it if this was your best friend. Imagine you go, you see your best friend, they open the door, they say, hey, how are you doing? You tell them good. They bring you in, and then now they're going and they're looking through some papers. Are you just going to stand there and not say anything? No, it'd be weird. You probably would say something. You interact with them in some way. Doesn't mean you have to ask them, hey, what are you doing? Well, maybe you know what they're doing. You know they're going through some paperwork, but maybe you're going to ask them how their day's been going, what's been going on, what's been happening in their life. With a casting director, it has to be the same thing. You have to treat them like your best friend, like a normal human being. Because if you just go in there, you just stand there, and you just watch them look through their papers, and then they're ready, it's kind of awkward because there's this long, silent period that they're going through. And in their heads, as they're going through this, they're just thinking, okay, here we go again. So if you can treat them like your best friend, that will greatly change the whole auditioning process because it will make them more comfortable. Once you put them on a pedestal, it's not so comfortable for them. Now they think, okay, this person's trying to impress me. You're not trying to impress your best friend when you're with your best friend. You're just trying to hang out, talk, and interact with your best friend. You're not trying to always impress them 24/7. When you go into this casting room, everybody's trying to impress this casting director. Be the person who's different, who's not trying to impress them, but just treat them like a normal human being. Now, I'm not telling you to be rude and go in there and act like a jerk and say, I'm not trying to impress you. Oh, you should impress me. No, it's not that at all. You don't do that with your best friend. You just treat them like a human being. Treat them like a human being. If you want to have a better auditioning process, you want to do better at all your auditions, treat them like a human being. Stop putting them on a pedestal, and that will make you stand out so much more than every other actor who came in before you and every actor who's going to come in after you. So I hope this video makes sense to all you guys. Make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up if it helps you all. Subscribe to the channel so keep you up to date with everything. Also, I'll be leaving the 10-hour acting masterclass down in the description below and also in the comment section if you guys are interested in that. It takes about 2 minutes to sign up, as well as the 10 acting resume templates. Alrighty, see you guys next time. Bye guys.